Hello, welcome to DevCon Legazpi. My name is Fatima. I'm a Trade and Industry Development Specialist of DTI Albay. So I'm the ICT focal person. So anything related for the ICT and creative industries in the province po, ako yung laging natatap nila.
I'm Eli Rabadon, the CEO and co-founder of DVCode Technologies Incorporated. So, yeah, ganap.
Hi, hello, I'm Ismael Jerusalem. You can call me Isma. I'm the CEO and founder of Kobe. So we're an on-chain game studio and technology company.
Hi guys, I am Daniel Jane Belien. I'm actually a 21-year-old student and a fourth-year college in Bicol University. I am studying Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Financial Management. I'm actually the co-founder and the Chief Executive Officer of our project Rumpal. Rumpal is a student-led startup which helps students find affordable, safe, and convenient housing by connecting them to the reputable landlords around the region.
Thank you po. Welcome to the event. How are you liking it so far po?
Oh, actually, I'm very honored and grateful to attend this kind of activity kasi I get to meet a lot of people like you, the ICP, and etc.
Yeah. Nakakatuwa po na ang dami pong sumusuport ngayon. I think kayo po yung nagbanggit na 12 lang po yung nag-start.
Yeah. We started, nagkaroon kami ng parang initial meeting. So, we're very thankful with Sir Paul Yui of Iligan City. So, siya din yung consultant ng Legazpi City in terms of developing the ICT din naman ng Legazpi. So, siya din yung nag-push sa amin na why not create a DevCon Legazpi. So, this is the 7th, I think 7th DevCon. So, from that, nagkaroon kami ng serious meeting and we're very thankful kasi yung feedback din naman ng mga students ngayon. Doon kami natuwa din naman kasi nag-grow yung community natin. Kasi we've started, nakamiting lang namin is BU, and then we've conducted the next campus, parang roadshow sa BU ulit, and then nag-divine kami. Then ngayon, meron na tayong ilang schools nakita ko, meron tayong BU, ay SL pala yung pinakaunang campus roadshow ni DevCon. So, si SL, ni Ma'am Rose, and then BU, Divine, then meron din tayong mga participants from BC din ata po.
And for sure po, tuloy-tuloy na yung mga ganitong events, no? And nakakatuwa po na you're targeting yung grassroots, so yung mga students. Kasi napaka-empowering din as a student na, may ganitong mga possibilities, opportunities for us. And to have, DTI support on this means the world, diba? Especially for, sa mga nag-start pa lang students.
Yes po, kasi as far as I can remember, diba, nag-boom yung parang trend ng startup since, para sa amin kasi, noong 2018, kasi doon na din ata nagpasain tuloy yung Innovative Startup Act natin. So, nagkaroon kami ng parang startup ecosystem mapping with Cubo. So, pinapunta namin yung Cubo dito, nakikita namin na parang ang konti pa ng mga players natin. So, from that, doon ko na-meet sila Isma, yung Bicol IT and other players din naman, na nakikita namin na eventually, through conducts of different activities, na nakikita nila na DTI can support this kind of startups or this kind of industry, nakikita naman nila na nagbibigay ng suporta yung yung gobyerno natin, doon na sila lumalabas din naman. And then, aside from that naman, we've conducted din naman na other programs and services ngayon sa development ng ating startup community. And then, lalo na meron na tayong yung RA 11904 or the Philippine Creative Industries Development Act na mas mafocus o mas bibigyan attention yung development nito, lalo na yung mga web developers, software, kasi pasok sila sa isang domain natin doon sa ISIDA.
So yun nga po, nakakatuwa, very supportive po. And again, the word of the day natin is empowering.
Yes.
Not only for students, but also everyone existing na sa tech industry to have this kind of attention, exposure, and opportunities to be given. Welcome to Legazpi.
Thank you.
How are you liking the event so far?
Well, ang daming students, kaya nakakatuwa.
Sobrang nakakataba ng puso, ang daming students, no? And ano sa tingin niyo po ang pinaka-exciting for them para sa event na to?
Siguro sa akin, ang pinaka-exciting, kasi nung panahon namin, sa way back sa college, walang mga ganitong klaseng ganap na parang may hackathon na may pinapagawa tapos may monetary na reward. So I think isa yun sa pinaka talagang maswerte na may experience ng mga students ngayon. Kaya sana maaan nila.
ibang klaseng opportunity tsaka exposure ang dala ng mga ganitong klaseng events na, sir. So, isa po kayo sa mga nag-talk. Maybe you can share a little bit kung ano po ba yung highlights ng talk ninyo.
Okay. So, yung highlight ng ng talk ko kanina is actually yung ma-relate ng mga existing students na nagde-dev na rin kahit papano na kung mag-build sila dito sa ICP is meron silang opportunity nga na makasali dun sa hackathons and syempre maka-earn ng extra bucks pang outing nila or what, kung ano man, no? Pero ang sinasabi ko kasi dun kanina is yung opportunity na to learn ng something new na technology. And then, syempre, dahil hackathon to, masasama nila to sa portfolio nila.
Yeah.
Sobrang laking bagay nun bilang isang developer.
Tsaka yung network na nakukuha natin sa mga ganitong klase na events. No? Sa mga kapwa mo nag-start na developers, but also may mga mentor na tayong namimit. Kagaya niyo po, di ba?
Yep.
So,
Actually, ako, nanggaling pa ako sa Bulacan talaga and para magturo dito sa Legazpi. So, nakikita din natin na ngayon kasi, sa panahon ng blockchain o ng Web3 na tinatawag natin is nandun na yung hindi na porket taga Manila ka, ikaw lang makakagawa. This time kasi, kaya na natin buong Pilipinas na makipagsabayan, kumbaga.
pantay-pantay na yung opportunities for everyone. Welcome, sir, to Campus DevCon Legazpi. How's your experience so far?
Okay naman. It's great to see na maraming students that are attending this kind of event. Kasi parang this is parang one of the first DevCon event na marami yung umattend dito.
Oh, wow. So this is revolutionary talaga.
Yeah.
I heard sa isang speaker natin from DTI representative, 12 lang daw sila dati.
Oh, konti
So,
lang.
ang dami natin ngayon, no? Now, let's share sa audience natin, para sa mga hindi nakapag-attend, ano po ba yung pinag-usapan nyo dito, yung sa talk ninyo?
Diniscuss ko yung about composability in a decentralized startup landscape. So it simply means na the ability to build, create product, to excel in the industry doesn't really care who you are, where you are, as long as you're equipped with the fundamentals and you understand how the technology works, pwede ka mag-build. So, syempre may mga disadvantages lang din. For example, living here in the province, the opportunity hindi siya ganun ka-massive compared to nasa metro ka nakatira. The network also.
Yeah.
For example, mga rich families who are here are not into a technology business.
Yeah.
Kasi baga mas mas okay yung output ng mga traditional businesses
Yeah.
such as mga brick and mortar businesses. So when it comes to tech, very mababa lang yung percentage na nakaka-appreciate pa so far.
So far.
So far.
Yeah.
Kaya itong mga ganitong event, okay siya para at least to let them know na this kind of $1 trillion industry exists and we can
Get a chunk of that.
Diba?
Yeah. What do you think is yung main barrier to entry? I know you mentioned a couple habang sa introduction niyo po. Pero if you could give maybe 2 or 3 na top barriers to entry natin for Bicol talents or mga regional talents in general, and how can we try to solve them? How can we address
Yun.
those?
Siguro one of the main problems is yung tinatawag na brain drain. So brain drain is like yung mga top tier talents na nandito sa province are being hired by big companies in Metro, in Cebu, in metropolitan
So,
cities.
nagtatransfer.
Kasi na-offeran sila ng mas malaki. So, syempre, the chances are for you to be able to have better living here, better life here in the province, di ba? Yung ganun na klaseng compensation, it really helps a lot, not just you, but also your family.
Exactly.
So, that's one barrier. But, yun nga, and second one is, infrastructure. Kasi Bicol, Albay specifically, baga kami yung panangga ng bagyo eh. So, sa isang taon, parang maraming bagyo yung dumadaan dito sa Legazpi. So, that's one main problem. So, fundamentally then, if you're in the tech industry, ang one foundation na kailangan na maayos is kuryente, internet, diba? And yun, medyo may challenge ng ganon kasi yun nga, pag bumabagyo, may mga posting na tutumba, magba-brand out. Pag nasa tech ka, kailangan mo ng kuryente and internet.
Exactly.
So, yun, that's the second one. And the third one, I think, is lack of exposure.
Mhm.
Lack of exposure specifically means na, for example, we've been building since 2018.
Mhm.
But we are more on a product-focused kind of company eh. So, hindi kami yung more lip service na parang
Yeah.
ganito kami, kahit wala pa nagagawa. So,
Yeah.
yun din siguro yung downside kapag you're product-focused na you develop products from time to time that you think people wants, di ba?
And
Wants to
need,
use
yeah.
and need. Kumbaga yung time for us to be exposed sa mas malaking market, mas maraming audience para makilala pa yung companies.
Yeah.
Yun siguro, medyo may natatakpan na sa likodan, sa backstage lang kami.
Yeah.
Pero but we've been here since 2018, diba? It's a couple of years. And surviving at least one bear market isn't easy eh. So we've survived 3. Ito yung pangatlo ngayon.
And that says a lot.
Oo
No?
nga.
Kasi lagi natin binabanggit dito sa ICP community is that dapat tinitignan natin yung mga nagbe-build even during the bear market. Kasi doon natin nakikita kung sino yung dedicated talaga.
Exactly.
Who are really, ayun nga, product-focused and targeting kung ano ba yung mga gusto at kailangan ng mga tao.
Exactly.
Welcome to Campus DevCon. Thank you so much for being here. So, alam ko nabanggit mo na yung project ninyo, but can you share with us, paano ba nag-start tong idea na to?
Okay, so as I said kanina, earlier sa talk ko, it started because of the experience of our early co-founder. So it was Kuya Bennett that experienced the hardship of finding rooms for rent. He was from urban area into rural cities like this, Bicol University. And he spent actually 1 to 7 days to actually look for boarding houses. And despite it, traditional way, no, eventually napagod siya po sa proseso.
Yes.
And then instead of actually looking for the quality accommodation, he ended up settling to a substandard boarding houses, which is sobrang layo.
Kung ano na lang nandyan.
Yes, kung ano na lang
kumbaga. Okay. So I feel like your project is very helpful in all aspects, no? Kahit saan natin siya tignan, not only to students na naghahanap, but also to businesses.
Yes, yes.
Right? So, can you share, nasan na kayo sa project na to? How are you going about it? Anong roadmap natin?
Okay, so for this quarter, last quarter of 2023, we are planning to develop our web application as the MVP. So we started doing the MVP in Facebook group a few months ago na. And once we validated that there's the users, we are now into actually implementing the process that we've learned through that Facebook group into a working application. So yun po yung balak namin this December, hopefully na maging at least version 1 na siya ng Numpal. And we will implement it in Bicol University, and if magustuhan din ng other universities like UST, Divine Word College, and SL, or anyone, we are open to collaboration effort.
Wow. I mean, very exciting stuff, no? I feel na yung concept nyo is very solid and how you're going about it is super inspiring. Now, I want to hear po your thoughts. Bakit po ba mahalaga yung regional inclusivity, especially here in Bicol?
I think it is very important din kasi para hindi na sila umalis. Aside from that they will help gain the economic growth dito lang sa locality natin. And then yung mga positive effects din naman siya sa tourism, 'di ba po? Sa ating industry, aside sa mga you can provide more jobs, magkakaroon pa sila ng better income din. And aside from that, mas makikilala din naman na madami tayong players dito sa countryside. Yun din yung isa sa mga parang advocacies or parang objectives din naman ng Click Connects, yung ginanap ng Luzon ICT Conference last month, na last August, na parang we bring all these big industry players na parang kumuha ng mga players din dito or mga
Homegrown talents.
Yeah, homegrown talents
Yeah.
din naman na pwede pang ma-develop dito or meron din naman dito, existing na sila. So, para mas maalagaan pa natin dito sila sa ating lugar.
Correct. At hindi na malalayo sa pamilya, di
Yes
ba?
po, that is very important din naman.
And I think napakarami nating barriers na break, especially since pandemic. No? So parang napakita natin na, we can work from home, we can work anywhere. And so now, ayun nga po, pwede natin i-highlight yung mga talent pool natin here in the province, especially here in Bicol.
Yes po. Actually, dahil nga din nagkaroon tayo ng mga DevCon initial meetings, next na tinarget namin yung mga freelancers natin.
Yeah.
Di ba yung freelancers natin, they work parang underground. Hindi namin sila kilala. Yung pala kumikita na sila ng malaki.
Yeah.
Yung pala naghahanap pa din sila ng iba pang mga talents na pwede mag-provide ng services din naman dun sa mga projects nila. So, ngayon nagkaroon kami ng Lada Freelancers Community. So, you can check it out sa Facebook. So, ito yung mga, hindi lang basically from Legazpi or Albay. We encourage po freelancers from other provinces like Sorsogon, Camsur, Cam Norte, na you should join communities like this. Kasi doon lang, magpo-post ka lang na, I need 50 service providers of this type of program developers.
So
web
helpful.
developers. Yeah, that is very helpful din naman. Kasi madali na lang yung pagkuha ng mga ng mga pool of talents dito.
Tulungan.
Yes po, tulungan po talaga din.
So galing pa po kayo ng Bulacan, bumiyahe kayo dito sa Bicol, Legazpi specifically. Pwede niyo po ba i-share kung bakit sa tingin niyo importante yung mga ganitong regional inclusivity?
Oo. So, mahalaga to, no? Kasi, yun nga, madalas kasi sa Pilipinas, yung mindset ng mga tao, yung opportunity lagi nasa Metro Manila.
Yeah.
Pero ngayon kasi hindi na totoo yun sa panahon ngayon kasi nahubog na ng pandemya yung, kumbaga, hininog na pilit tayo ng pandemic na pinarealize sa lahat ng tao na kaya na palang makapagtrabaho ng mga
Kahit saan.
tao kahit nasan ka man. So, yun nga, yung isa din sa nabanggit din sa talk kanina na merong mga empleyado na mas pinili na lang nila magstay dito sa mga provinces kasi nga andun din naman yung equal opportunity na nakukuha kasi through online na madalas yung mga trabaho. Specifically, lalo kung developer, no? Kasi talagang nakafocus yan sa computer. So, as long as naman na meron kang proper way to introduce yourself and makagawa ka nga ng portfolio, lalo specifically sa pagsali ng hackathons such as netong sa ICP Bidal Camp natin, no, na makakapagbigay tulong to sa kanila bilang mga students na magsimulang magkaroon ng something na kung makagawa sila ng project dito is makakapagbigay yon ng additional recognition kumbaga sa kanila. So,
Tsaka nakaka-empower talaga yung mga ganitong klase na, alam mo yun, isa po sa mga binanggit ng mga speakers is that nagkakaroon din ng exposure yung mga tao na, meron palang talent dito sa Bicol or kung saang ibang regions pa na napupuntahan natin.
Actually, ever since naman sa usapang tech, madalas na talaga nating nadidinig yan kahit sa mga older generations pa na madalas kasi talaga ang mga Pinoy na-outsource sa ibang bansa. So, ngayon, sana nga sa panahon ng blockchain, which is yun naman yung lagi naming mensahe sa DV Code, na madami talagang magagaling na developers sa atin dito sa Pilipinas.
Ma-recognize naman.
Yep. Sana this time, Pilipinas naman.
Tama.
Yep.
Right. So, with all the problems said, I feel like pasok sila sa regional inclusivity kasi napakahalaga nito, right? But I would like to hear your opinion on this. Why do you think that's important? Bakit kailangan natin ng mga ganitong events? Kailangan pa naming lumipad to Bicol or other underserved regions?
Yun na nga, parang it solves one of the problems I mentioned earlier, yung lack of exposure. If we can attract and let other people outside the province na may ganitong klaseng eksena, maraming developers, may designers, diba? May community of entrepreneurs learning the technology. It will, I think, makukuha yung interest diba? For example, ICP Manila, diba? Nakita nyo na parang, may growing community dito sa Bicol. So, diba? We can help each other, we can build on top of the technology on the platform that you provide. Then at the same time, syempre, it will also open opportunities when it comes to livelihoods sa tech.
Yeah.
So yun, ganun siya ka-importante. And hosting events, yun na, sabi mo kanina, 12 lang sila nag-start, di ba? May sa DevCon, tapos dumadami na.
Ang dami. Registrants pa lang natin, over like hundreds daw. So that's very impressive, no?
Tapos ang maganda pa is we're starting sa grassroots, which are the students.
Yes.
So, the moment na at least ma-equip natin sila bago sila graduate, diba? At least hindi man fully equipped kasi medyo mahirap siya ma-attain na lahat fully equipped. Pero at least meron
ready
silang yung subconscious nila, narinig na nila yung technology. They will have an idea. Ay, pwede pala yung ganito. Pwede pala yung ganyan.
We open up options, different paths then for them.
Yan. Exactly. Kasi mahirap din sabihin na, hindi, ito yung dapat mong gawin kasi ito yung okay.
Yeah, tama.
Diba? Iba rin yung learning process, learning approach ng kada isa.
Exactly.
Iba-iba rin, sa iba-ibang bagay rin tayo nag-excel. Iba rin yung hilig mo, iba yung hilig ko, iba yung way ko matuto.
Tama.
So, iba rin yung strength ko. So, we can open opportunities and options for them kung saan sa tingin nila mag-excel sila.
Yeah.
By hosting mga regional events. Yan.
And I feel like hindi lang naman yung mga actual estudyante na physically present, but also the people watching.
Ayun.
And of course, yung mga friends din nila. Because
Exactly.
I think one of the speakers mentioned na, kung hindi man para sa inyo tong talk na to, or hindi kayo makarelate, sigurado daw siya na may mga kakilala sila who can relate and who can have opportunities in the space. So finally,
Tunay.
can I hear your message sa ICP community and sa mga gustong pumunta sa path na to pero parang may mga hesitations pa? What are your advices na pwede ibigay sa kanila?
I think one of the best things na nakita ko when it comes to sa ICP is yung commitment pumunta pa sa countryside just to be able to share the opportunities that people from the province na pwede nilang na pwede nilang ma-explore. And yun, maganda siya makita mag-grow kasi galing talaga siyang grassroots and it's organic.
Yeah.
Kasi talagang pumupunta kayo So, real people sees your product, sees the company itself, and people from the company are also speaking, di ba? Tapos nakikita nyo, nakakausap nyo yung tao. Para kasi sa experience ko sa startup founder, very important that you talk to your customers
Exactly.
You really talk to them. You don't assume
Iba yung
ano
connect
need
talaga.
nila. Tunay. Iba pag nag-assume ka lang, hindi kailangan nila nito. Parang mas marami ka pang matututunan kapag kinausap mo talaga sila. Just like this conversation, di ba? We're actually having an actual conversation about the program, the event, and the company
needs
itself.
of the specific region. Like, paano ba tayo makakatulong? How can we address certain problems?
Yun, exactly. Kasi kung very parang scripted lahat na hindi, ganito, ganyan. Hindi mo, kumbaga mahirap mag-provide ng solutions sa ganong klaseng problem Kasi iba-iba yung klase ng problem, iba-iba din yung klase ng solution na ipo-provide mo, depende sa context ng lugar. For example, sa amin sa Bicol, na-mention ko, may brain drain, may calamity, then lack of exposure. And not all provinces and countryside builders are experiencing all that at the same time, di ba?
Or could be experiencing, pero iba yung, kumbaga, hindi siya ganun kasing drastic sa kanila. So, very right po yung sinabi nyo na depende sa context pa rin per region.
Exactly. Kasi iba yung need Iba rin yung culture, iba rin yung language.
Yeah, ang daming
Iba yung
factors to
language.
consider.
I think yung language pa lang sa countryside speaks, it speaks na, kumbaga yung market behavior ng per province, per region, is different. So, hindi mo pwede i-supply yung marketing approach mo sa ganitong province sa isa pang province.
Correct.
Not unless they speak the same language.
Yeah.
Yung parang tinatawag nilang translocalization. You translate it locally dun sa audience na nandun sa province na yon, dun sa specific na group of people na yon, then you can provide solutions to their problems.
Yeah. Very, very solid points. And these are things na hindi naman naiisip ng mga ibang tao, no? And so, it's nice na napag-uusapan natin yung mga ganito para makapag-discuss din tayo ng solutions and come up with them together.
Exactly.
And isa nga yun, isa sa mga solutions natin are going to different regions, speaking to them, listening to ano ba yung pwede nating maitulong and how can we help each other and how can we learn from each other.
Exactly.
From someone coming from Bicol, what would you say is yung importance sa mga ganitong klaseng events, no? Regional inclusivity?
So, I'm not just saying this for my fellow student, but siguro sa introvert people like me, I hate socializing, especially when I don't interact with them in a spiritual or like personal level. So before, it's the relationship that I consider first, but now I realize that every people, even the speakers or the participants, are equally important in these kinds of event. And ayokong isipin na I'm here just for the conference or just for the connection or network. I'm here actually to impart my knowledge as well as to inspire other people. So I'm a student and they're all students. I think they do deserve the same opportunities na I am receiving through. I started actually opening opportunities in this kind of conferences or mentorship when I first attended.
Wow!
Yes.
So mga ganitong klaseng events ang nag-jumpstart.
Yes, yes.
So that's very, very inspiring kasi you are, again, 21. Yet, sobrang laki na ng ginagawa ninyo. And this is going to be very, very helpful for so many people like we've tackled earlier. No? Now, I want to hear po, what's your message po sa ICP community and sa mga students na gusto pong pumasok sa industry na to?
Actually, based din naman sa research, di ba, one of the highest paid jobs is related in IT. So, to all the ICP community out there, if you have the talent, parang learn more and then hasain pa natin yung mga talents natin to be able to provide services na kaya natin ma-provide, not just locally but internationally. And I hope din naman every hard work na you put it into, you will be successful in it.
Thank you po.
Ay, thank you so
Thank you
much.
po for the work that you do and maraming salamat po for your presence kasi for sure, it does not only mean the world to us na who are currently in the tech industry, but again, to those na papasok pa lang in this one. Maraming
Yes,
salamat
thank you
po.
so much for the opportunity din naman.
We would like to hear your advice po sa mga nagsastart pa lang sa industry na to because it's very discouraging kasi ang dami nating linis na problema.
Exactly.
So, why should they pursue this path?
Paano ba? Hindi ako nagbibigay ng advice pero I share learning experiences na dinaanan ko as a startup founder. Unconventional to pakinggan, pero if you want to start a startup, ang first thing is don't start. Kung feeling mo motivated ka lang, kaya ka mag-startup, na-inspire ka, don't start the startup. Kasi startup is really hard, it's very stressful. Pero if you want to solve a specific kind of problem that you think the technology like blockchain can help you, provide solution to that kind of problem, go for it. Kasi it's hard. Kung hard siya ngayon, habang tumatagal, mas lalo siya yung nagiging hard. But, yung parang panalo mo naman doon is you learn more about the industry, you learn more about yourself. Kung baga yun yung very important, you learn more about yourself para mag-gauge mo kung hanggang saan yung conviction mo and commitment mo for you to solve that kind of problem that you chose.
Yeah.
Diba? Kaya ka gagawa ng startup kasi it's not just about you. You will meet lots of people, you will learn more about them, you will learn different cultures, you will be exposed to different kinds of people, hindi lang Filipinos, pati other countries, foreign founders, and you will learn a lot from them.
Yeah.
And their experiences din, kapag nakausap mo sila, doon ka matututo. Kung baga wala siya sa textbook So yun na nga yung parang na-mention din natin kanina na you talk to your customers, kausapin mo talaga sila. So same thing din, if you want to start your company, you want to start a startup, you talk to other startup founders too. Ask their pain points, ano yung naging challenges nila, and parang malaking learning dun malaking learning. I mean, hindi mo naman gagayahin yung ginawa niya, pero you will learn something dun sa nagawa niya. Na, oy, pwede pala yun. Pero kaso, mahina ako mag-code, so iba yung solution na ipoprovide ko sa technical. So maghanap ako ng co-founder ko na magaling mag-code. Parang gano'n.
May guide ka na, kumbaga.
Yun, exactly. May guide ka. Guiding principles. Kasi pag kumbaga, hindi siya reseta na ito yung kailangan mong gawin para maging successful.
Yeah.
Yun yung company. Hindi siya reseta Nasusundin mo na. Hindi siya prescription yun.
Yeah.
So, it's very contextual. Depende kung sino ka, kung nasan ka, kung paano yung approach mo mag-build ng mga bagay-bagay, mag-accomplish. And, yun. And most important thing is you start doing it.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to start a startup.
Yeah.
And yun.
That's a very good advice na non-advice. Thank you so much, Sir Isma. Maraming salamat po. Thank you for being here and for sharing your talk and your insights to everyone. Maraming salamat. Community and sa mga kapwa mo students who also have their ideas pero hindi nila alam kung paano mag-start. Maybe give them a little bit of advice.
Okay, so guys, I would like to invite you and to actually encourage you to not just rely on yourself. It's important that you seek for mentors, you seek for what do you call this? An opportunity that able to connect you with not just yourself kasi yung learning natin is hindi tumitigil sa sarili natin. Once you realize that you have a lot to learn, mag-start ka na mag-seek for help, which is ICP can help you as well. On our part, natuto kami lalo when we are affiliated with Silly Deli BU, with TBI Bicol Step Up program which is funded by the ICT. So there's actually help na meron sa government and even private sectors. All you have to do is to seek for it and to continuously realize that you deserve to be part of it. So, yun.
Incredibly inspiring. Maraming salamat. Thank you and congratulations in
Thank you.
advance
Yes,
sa
thank you.
project ninyo. And hopefully, ayun nga, maka-onboard tayo ng marami pang mga good ideas like yours dito sa ICP community. Some words of encouragement, final message sa ICP community, tsaka sa mga tao na gustong magsimula sa field na to, mga konting advice po bilang
Okay.
marami na kayo experience.
Sige. So, siguro ang ma-advise ko specifically sa mga students, no, kasi nga, technically speaking, lahat naman tayo nagsisimula talaga sa hello world, etc. No? So, ang pinakamahalaga naman kasi talaga sa development is yung never-ending na kagustuhan nating matuto. So, sana pag ibayuhin pa natin yung part na yun, and then yun nga, kung merong mga pagkakataon tulad nito na merong mga hackathons na pwedeng masalihan, huwag kayong mag-atubili, huwag kayong mahiya. Kasi nga, kung hindi natin lalakasan yung loob natin, walang mangyayari. So, I think this is kumbaga, isa sa pinaka-best way na paraan na magkaroon ng recognition o validation yung mga ideas na iniisip nyo. So, sana, yun nga, lakas ng loob ang puhunan. Ganap na.
Ang ganda na, lakas ng loob ang puhunan. And hindi lang kami sa Bicol pupunta. Marami pa. We have Davao, Cebu, lahat po. Comment nyo lang kung taga saan kayo at pupuntahan namin kayo.
Ganap.
Yeah, ganap. Maraming salamat, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.